Good morning, everybody. We thank you for joining us on the Pix 11 Morning News at 4:30. It's Friday, our favorite day of the week, October 30th. I'm John Muller, and she's back.
Yes, so
Great to have you
good
back.
to be with you, John. Good morning, folks. I'm Vanessa Freeman. A Friday, but a busy one. A remnant of Hurricane Zeta bringing a lot of rain to our area this morning.
Sure is. That rain's still going to come down for a while. The temperatures, they're dropping. Let's check in with Marissa Torres and get a weather alert.
Another day of dropping temperatures. The winds are going to be starting to pump up and ramp up again as we head in through the morning and afternoon. And we're also talking about dropping temperatures. The live radar, a little different than this time yesterday. Noticing the rain, the heavier rain starting to push up from the south. Now, Zeta technically now offshore. We have a second area of low pressure that's starting to develop, and that's what's going to bring the second round of heavier rain. But look what's happening off to extra time to be safe. And then just a reminder for path, you have the 9th Street and 23rd Street stations closed until 5 o'clock this morning. So they'll be reopening in about 10 minutes or so. Your subways also reopening at the top of the hour. Alternate side of the street parking, it's in effect today citywide, guys. Back to you. I mean, it really just rained all day yesterday. A lot of areas picking up well over an inch and a half of rainfall, and we're still at it. This is actually a second area of low pressure that developed in the wake of the remnants along this front that's been stalled, and it's going to ride along and bringing us these gusty winds into the evening hours, and that's when we start to clear out, lose the clouds. Saturday, we're going to have sunny skies for you. The issue is going to be the very cold temperatures. We're going to stay in the 40s, so the sun really not doing much to warm you up. Did want to show you the snowfall forecast. North and west, primarily north of 84 is where we could see that maybe inch or so accumulation.
It's Friday. That's some good news. October 30th. Time right now is 5:30. I'm John Muller.
Good morning. I'm Vanessa Freeman, and here's a look.
A little bit of flooding and then slick conditions north and west. So it's going to be a rough morning commute, and we're already noticing heavy delays on the LIE. So that westbound side very slow due to a crash right near Mute. So it's going to be one of those mornings where if you're going to be hitting the road especially, take it slow, give yourself extra time. Just try not to be in a rush, especially north and west where it's a little bit more slippery. We do have some delays on the Cross Bronx Expressway. A disabled for you. It's going to be a wet and slippery one. That's a given the weather situation. But we also still have a crash on the LIE westbound, very slow traffic as you head towards exit 18 where that crash is. So these delays, heaviest back beyond the Van Wyck, but you start to notice those brake lights even once you hit Utopia. So I prefer the cooler air and no rain, but that's just me. The commute this morning, it's going to be a wet one. If you're going to be hitting the road, give yourself extra time. Even with mass transit, I wouldn't mess around. It's just better to be safe than trying to rush. Live look at the Maricomo Bridge. We do have a speed restriction in place.
Heard this question. Can we please get a pet? Please, please. Right? A lot of you have heard it time and time again. Well, you're going to hear this until your child turns 18. Why? As he's concerned about the increase in positivity.
It's a little bit here and there,
right.
But mostly at that school in the Bronx, that one specific school there seemed to be pretty good.
Yeah, you said it was up
levels.
like around 30% capacity, which isn't too bad, I assume.
All right, New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy says the second wave is here. The Garden State reporting its 12th consecutive day with cases above 1,000.
This as officials are warning people to stay safe this Halloween weekend. Pix 11's Katie Corrado has the latest from a distant event. You had some spirits earlier. What are you up to now?
Like to give you, and it began in Ireland.
Yes, not Transylvania like a lot of people think. Coming up, we're taking a deep dive into the origins of this haunted holiday, including...
Yeah, so let's get over to meteorologist Brian Marina right now, find out what's going on.
Yeah, so as we wrap up Breast Cancer Awareness Month today, we are shining a spotlight on breast cancer in men, in fact, because according to the CDC, about 1 out of every 100 breast cancer diagnosed in the U.S. is found in men.
So joining us now to raise awareness and really help shed the sticks, okay, coming up, the latest on your Halloween weekend weather forecast. I know we just heard from Byron, but we're going to look at the weekend ahead. We're also going to feature some new pictures of the snow coming in from some of you at home that sent it in.
Plus, no, it's OG. Superwoman has been planking in some weird places this week, taking on the plank challenge. Her final update coming up.
But first, let's get to those Halloween displays soon.
If I was this tall, it'd be a lot easier to change my smoke detector batteries.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, seriously.
You have some reach there.
No ladder.
I got my Halloween socks on today.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Got my Halloween socks.
Very
Showing
well
some
done.
leg today.
Are you
Danny
are you
boy.
going to wear your Golden Girl socks, Dan?
I will, just not for Halloween, but
Okay.
yes, they will. What?
What was that?
You never know what you're gonna get or see around here. They just drop these little nuggets into the show.
Worst intro I've ever
And
seen.
you know what? The beauty of it is we never know what it is until it's live on the air. See, folks,
Wow.
you never know what you're going to get on the show. That's why you always have to watch.
That makes
On the set, live on television, you saw me. I also even took my plank to several places that you wouldn't even believe. Beyond imagination. Here I am in the plaza, chilling. I know, right? That's a good picture. Thank you, John. No, yeah, it was for a minute, yes. Well, that wasn't. That was just me being like all fun. And Ben even showed us his planking. That's me. I took the traffic center as my planking station. But Ben, you even showed us that you got what it takes.
Can I stop?
I'm the only one who's been keeping time.
Can I
You know
stop,
what?
please?
And you're the DJ. You should have put on some music.
I know, I need.
Ben, you can stop. You did 4 minutes and 10
Yes.
seconds.
That's
Take a breath.
4 minutes and 10 seconds. That's pretty good. That's pretty darn good.
He may not be able to get up off the floor now.
All right, we have a
All right.
clean up an aisle.
You got a little bit of time, Ben.
10:42, everybody. We reserve Irish music almost exclusively for St. Patrick's Day, but not exactly this year.
Does that sound like Halloween to you? Well, it has its roots deep in Ireland. Who knew? We are going to dive deep into history to explore the celebration that started it all. But first, we have some Halloween costumes to feature.
Yeah, so let's get to it, okay? Not exactly this year.
Does that sound like Halloween to you? Well, it has its roots deep in Ireland. Who knew? We are going to dive deep into history to explore the celebration that started it all. But first, we have some Halloween costumes to feature.
Yeah, so let's get to it, okay? Travel Zoo editor Gabe Saglier. So welcome back to the Pixar More News, Gabe.
Hey,
Thank
guys.
you for being here.
Happy Halloween.
Gabe,
Happy
usually you're
Halloween.
taking us somewhere really warm and tropical, but today
Yeah.
we're going history. You've been traveling to Ireland for the last couple of years to, I guess, trace the history of Halloween.